What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Do You Know? My name is John Dewberry, and always remember, the more you know your history, the more liberated you are. On today's episode, we have the Exodusters. Basically, back in 1877, the last of the federal troops that were there for Reconstruction, they left the South and went back to the North, thus ending Reconstruction, which basically meant hell for black people, because that meant they were back under the threat of black codes, which was basically racial intimidation and segregation. And that was just really a bad time. And also, their sharecroppers wasn't really sharing at the time like they promised. And so basically, man, black people feared for their lives. So they ended up wanted to move to Kansas. From 1879 to 1880, black people moved to Kansas. And Kansas was popular because they had recently became a free state due to Bleeding Kansas. And also, John Brown was located there, who was a white abolitionist man. And also, they offered lots of low costs for their land due to the Homestead Act of 1862. So a former slave named Benjamin Pap Singleton, who was later nicknamed Black Moses and also the father of Exodus, he began urging black people to leave and go start their own independent communities in the West. So Singleton started advertising sunny Kansas, one of the finest countries in the world for a poor man. And so after that, black people from Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and Tennessee started leaving. And some people organized and stayed back and recruited other black people so they can have a plan to establish communities successfully once they get to Kansas. And other people, it was just like, nah, we ain't got time for all that. We got here now. And so basically, you had people in different areas, leaders step up in different areas and started leading different black families all the way to Kansas. So black people started leaving by train, steamboats, wagons, on the way to Kansas. And of course, black people can't ever do nothing without white people getting in the way trying to stop them. So white people didn't want us to leave, so they resorted to violence and intimidation to get us to stay. And once you kind of just look like, just look back on this black history, with white people, and it's really just, black people was just like, we just want to live, eat, have equal rights, not get killed by police, have equal opportunities, not really ask for much. You got white people just like, nah. But in spite of the pushback, over 20,000 black people were able to migrate to Kansas, Oklahoma, and also Colorado. And once they got there, the land was difficult to cultivate, and of course they had very few resources. But black people, we gonna make it work. We hustlers, we gonna find a way. So they ended up, purchasing more than 20,000 acres of land in Kansas, and like I said, Oklahoma and Colorado, they established black communities and self-governed black communities. A bunch of black communities end up getting established after that, and I just thought that was a dope story. And the Exodusters called themselves that because, of course, the Exodus, and it literally means a group of people exiting, and they were making their exit from oppression in the South to the promised land, quote unquote, to Kansas. And it's just, I don't know, I talk about patterns a lot, and it's just a lot of similarities if the story in the Bible about Exodus and Harriet Tubman, and she was also nicknamed Black Moses, and Benjamin Singleton, that was his nickname as well. And I don't know, and maybe it's just time for another exit. I don't know who our leader is, but I don't know where the promised land at, but I don't know. It was just a dope story, but I hope you guys learned something new. See you guys next week.